Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our Dungeons and Dragons in the Eye of the Storm. I am the Ravnos Archon. My name is Will. I'll be your storyteller this evening. Last, we left off with our group. We opened with Eteocles, who had ventured into the forest outside the city to kind of check out the ruins of the first city. And he found himself some goblins that were ransacking some dead adventurers. He came back the city as our group, which is consisting tonight of Togoth, Aelin, and of course Dolosanasi. We shifted back to them at the old fort as they were finishing their investigation. They had just discovered a dress at the bottom of some cliffs. They realized that none of the houses have the shade of yellow that the dress was fashioned in, though House Ildar does have red predominantly in its banner. There was also the whiff of chrysanthemum and plum flower on the dress. Aelin did find the initial of the letter I in the undergarment pouch. Found a little bag of trail mix that had some coin in it, as well as a small shard of a ruby. They discovered a cobbler's design on the pair of shoes. They also found the dress, something of a rooster mid-crow. But he also found an embroidered, very subtle capital I on the heel of each of the shoes. They remembered that there were several shops in the city that used the rooster image, among them a butcher shop called the Hard Fought Cock, or the Hard Fought Cock Brewery as well. And then they returned to Dolvin, who kind of checked everything. I was about to catalog everything to keep in a evidence locker of sorts, but they managed to talk him out of it. They walked back across the bridge to the mainland, and they headed back to the Mutineers' Lounge, which is where they're hanging out currently. They were reunited with their hobgoblin friend, who will not be joining us this evening because of life choices he's made. He tried to see if the goblin he killed was part of Togoth's clan, which he wasn't. And then Aelin gave up their badge to Helen, Eteocles, he's sidekick and bitch. The bartender, a human female named Rafe, kind of divvied up some drinks as they switched over to Goblin to discuss their plans and what they were doing and what they were going to do. And that's when they got attacked by a group of ruffians, who Rafe later managed to point out were all members of the guild Pockets, which is a thieves guild that Aelin has tried to kind of infiltrate or work around or kind of join up with if possible. There are several plans that this half-elf has. But they also learned that they could talk to Arastagi about the guild itself, and that she usually spends time at the Salt-Kissed Lovers Tavern, which is by the docks. They asked Rafe to keep an eye out for other pocket members that might be coming in, so she could point them out to them. But they turned in for the night. Aelin's room is the meeting room for the morning, and then we had a nice little moment with Eteocles at the end of the evening, where he got some information about an image of a halfling that he found, and he then gave an ample and generous reward to Rafe, where she no longer has to work as a bartender. She can actually open up her own bakery shop, which has been her dream. But we left off with all of them turning in for the night, and we're going to find everyone the next morning. I love the makeshift Togoth.
Bootleg Chinese Groot. Grogu.
Grogu. Yeah,
that way.
Grogu on Wish. That's what this is.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah, when you order Grogu, but you get a goblin.
By the way, Will, I did hear your pause that you forgot my name.
I didn't.
So
I didn't.
It hurt my soul.
I just wanted to make sure I got all the syllables correct.
Because it really is, every other letter is a freaking vowel.
Yeah.
Like, it
Yeah.
really...
I like Wheel of Fortune. Fuck me, I'm sorry.
You would think that with the years that I've spent learning Japanese that I would be exceptionally well prepared to handle a name like yours. I'm not.
Nope.
Nope.
I gotta keep you on your toes, man. We've been playing together 15 years. I gotta come up with new things all the time.
Don't use numbers. There's people watching.
Okay. Oh, that's true. When we were in elementary school 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
15.
15, just
15.
you know,
Yeah.
15 years
Hit
ago.
that N at the end of 15. But we find the group the next morning. Hogarth wakes up and notices that Eteocles and Helen are gone. There's no message. There's no note. It's just the empty bed.
Does it feel cold as though they've left? Like, is it still warm? In the sense where they just left, or I can tell that they've been gone for hours.
It looks like he might have did not even have slept there. It is cold.
Okay. I would be getting up, obviously just putting on what I was wearing because yeah, just searching the room to see just in case if there was any forced entry, nothing like that.
No, it looks like he didn't even go out the door, like he went out the window. It is slightly open. You can see that there's some scratch marks on the sill where he tried to help Helen out.
So odd. You could have just used the door to leave.
Could have just used the door to leave.
Okay. I look out the window just to be on the safe side to make sure I don't see a dead a dead E.T. on the floor with Helen.
No, but just, he's not here, so he can't canonically change the fact that he's an idiot.
Oh. Already, shots fired.
He uses windows instead of doors. That's all it is.
So yeah, I'm just gonna walk out the door then, and see if anybody else is awake. If I notice that none of the doors are, if I don't hear any noise coming from their respective rooms, then I'm just gonna head downstairs so I can get something to eat because I'm hungry.
Yeah. We can easily say that Togoth is the first to wake up. Normally, I think in order it would be Togoth. I think maybe Dolo before Aelin, but it's usually a close race, and then coming in last would be normally Eteocles.
Okay.
All right. So, I guess I wake up, take a nice big stretch, and I make my way downstairs to grab something to eat.
I think I'm gonna sleep in. No, I'm just kidding.
Good call.
I'm gonna just sleep for the next 2 hours of our session.
How you do?
And then I'll get up as well. I'll get together all the stuff, the letter, and just kind of take a second before I go out, just to kind of put my thoughts together of everything that's gone up to this point, and kind of having some general ideas of where we may want to go next. And then I'll go downstairs.
Okay. As you go downstairs, you see that Togoth and Aelin are already munching on some bacon. There is a plate of eggs that's coming out of the kitchen, heading towards their table. But yeah, all three of you are awake. The only one missing is Eteocles.
So I nod to Togoth and I'm like, "Hey, where is he?"
I thought you would know.
We don't share a room with him. You do.
Right.
I just knocked out after the fight. But it looks like he never came in. If he did, it was a very short amount of time.
Sure.
And he went out with the window, but he didn't use the door. It was very weird.
I'm sorry. he went out the window with the dog with Helen.
Yes, with that bitch Helen. He went out the window, but did not use the door. I thought at first there was a problem, but then I quickly realized he just used the window for whatever reason.
Barbarian. And I just grabbed some eggs and I put them onto the plate. and I'm go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that next time I'll just get some chalk and then just point an arrow through the door so he knows how to leave.
That's smart thinking of you, Togoth.
Thank
So
you.
That seems like a perfectly good waste of chalk.
Yeah.
So
I pick up a piece of egg and I toss it at Dolo. Just like,
Oh wait, I try to intercept and catch that because I'm not wasting food.
Yeah, you could easily just like throw your face in front of it like Pac-Man and just catch it.
So I kind of pull out the letter. I don't recall. Sorry, Will, because it's been a bit since we've played.
Mm-hmm.
Did everybody see that letter in the last session? I don't remember. I don't know if I was just the one that saw the letter. I don't recall. So I don't know if you want me to just ride with the assumption that they haven't seen the letter since it was right after the fight. I don't.
After the fight, I don't believe that we did much speaking. We just, I think, from our last session, we just went and took into our respective rooms.
Yeah, I think
we all went and met in my room to talk before we went to bed, didn't we?
No, you were gonna meet in the morning in your room.
Yeah,
got it. That's right.
And we said fuck that food first.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah, I think I don't have a note here that you showed it to anybody, so I think you kept the letter and Etiocles kept the image.
Picture.
Yeah.
Right. The more useful thing.
Yes.
So I switched to Goblin, and I'm whispering. I won't whisper here because then you're not gonna be able to hear too well.
Wait.
You got that.
You want to do that
though.
again?
Huh?
You want to do that again?
What just happened? Did it?
You want to talk Goblin again? I'm just making sure.
I mean, the speaking Goblin wasn't the problem. They just didn't have a problem with us.
Yeah.
And do you really think that anybody's going to mess with us? Again?
Not after what you did last night, Boo Boo. You did great.
There's still dust. There's still dust in the corner.
You know what? I go up to that corner and I pick up a little bit of dust and I just brush, like I throw it behind me.
Like salt over the shoulder?
Yeah, buena suerte.
For luck.
Actually, Will, I take out my little bag because I took some of the dust from each of them and I put it in the bag and I just go, 1 second. Do you have a problem with me speaking Goblin? No, they don't. Not anymore. And I put the bag away.
I wasn't expected to talk. Okay, sorry.
Oh, sweet Togoth. So this, and I look around. Is there a lot of people in here?
Not at all.
At the moment?
And in fact, when Aelin goes to the corner where some of the dusted people have been kind of roomed towards, she'll notice that the pair of boots that the man in the position that the man attacked Dolo and then got incinerated in have been nailed to the floor where they were left, and in big bright red paint it says mistakes were made.
Nice.
I love it. Okay, so now Will, out of character. Now I just need Melvin in our vampire game to have something in a bar. And then I've got 3 characters so far in your games.
The trifecta.
The trifecta right there. So I kind of pull out the envelope and I go, this was on one of the ruffians from yesterday evening. And I kind of like push it towards the middle so they can all see it. I'm like, if you notice in the blue wax, there's a letter P. Seems like whoever wrote this letter and will correct me because I kind of shorthand wrote, but I have young master.
I mean, do you want me? Do you want me to read it out?
Can you read?
Yep.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
The letter reads, "Young master, it is with a heavy heart that I inform you that it has been too long since your infection. Though some of the gods are merciful, even some things are beyond us, mere vessels of their power. I can only recommend that you find passage out past Harrig's Passage and get yourself to Ashengard City. The drow there might be able to tend to your affliction better than we can. Safe travels, your loyal servant," and it's just signed with the letter P.
Did that say drow? Did that say drow city?
Yep.
Yeah, it did say drow. More importantly for the moment, it did say infection, which
Yeah, I caught that.
Okay. Now the question is, was this letter in the mid process of being delivered? Unfortunately, there was no survivors for us to press for information. But it appears because the wax was sealed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it appears the letter never really got to its destination. So at this point, the young master referenced here has not gotten the message to go to the Drow City. So he is probably still in town somewhere.
Togoff is reaching out to look at the letter. And just wants to fold it back to look at the seal. I just want to see if I've seen this seal at all being used in our time being in the city.
You have indeed. It is the seal of the Temple of Poseidon.
Huh. A clue, Sherlock.
Oh
ho ho! You get some of that. What is it? The music that you. I don't know if this might be too old a reference, but when you were playing Myst and you unlock something.
Oh, I can't recreate it, but yes, I know what you're talking about.
I understand that reference, but we're not that old, Will. It's only been 15 years since middle school.
Yeah, it's from a video I saw on a YouTube player.
On the YouTube thing.
It was on this weird moving pictures device. Okay. Well,
real quick. With that, now that we know where we've seen that seal, we've all collectively seen it. Is there a temple of Poseidon, or?
Of course.
Well, wait. Do we all recognize that symbol, or does just Kenny recognize that symbol?
No, just Togoth has recognized it.
Okay, that's because he didn't say that we all recognize it. That's why I was quiet.
Yeah.
I was like, I wonder if there's some information that could be relayed to us.
So
like an image of a halfling, perhaps?
Like a photograph, perhaps.
Okay, so this right here is the seal of the Temporal of Poseidon. So, is there? I can't remember if there's a Temporal of Poseidon here.
I don't know. Is there a Temple of Poseidon here? Is this something I can roll?
No. You know that there is a Temple of Poseidon here.
Okay.
The largest temple in all of Cove City belongs to Poseidon.
Oh, so wonderful. So lots of people that we would have to interview. Wonderful. Splendid.
Okay.
So
just to confirm real quick, it's the thieves, the group pockets that we took this letter from, correct? From their pockets. We stole this from the pockets of pockets.
You took it from pockets.
It wasn't stealing.
It was retribution, I'm aware.
They ceased to exist on this plane. And
they're no longer alive. Yes, they unalived themselves, and therefore we have
correct.
Taken this for our possession. But okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Dolo,
so we don't even guys. Go ahead, Will.
I was gonna say Dolo and Aelin both know that if this is an undelivered letter, there might be a delivery fee that gets doled out for,
Yeah.
But
So
then again, that's
asked,
also for a sealed letter.
Right. Well, that's what I was about to ask next. I'm like, Aylin,
Can I roll to reseal the letter? I should know this.
I was going to ask you. I was going to be like, do you know any things that you may have learned along the way to make this unopened?
I like roll my eyes at him trying to hide. I was like, I know what I am. Very proud of it. Thank you. And I grab the letter and I want to roll whatever I need to roll to try to see if I can use some sort of fire or something to almost melt the edge of the wax just enough to seal it.
Wait, hold on. Before she does that, just so that I can, in case I can assist, does the forgery kit help with that?
It does. It does indeed.
Because I have a forgery kit.
Oh.
So do I, sir. So
Excellent.
do I.
Okay. I'm just pointing out because I just saw under tools that I had a forgery kit.
Yeah, I have a forgery kit and I have thieves' tools. So I'm pretty sure I got this covered.
Okay. So let's have you make a simple flat dexterity roll. And then we'll just add 2
for the kit.
For the kit, yeah.
Okay, hold on.
I don't think out of the travels that we've been together, out of all the adventures, Togaf has yet to see that we have used forgery. So he's just wondering like what's that over there? What
yeah, I imagine Dolo has like this small fisherman's kind of tackle box of stuff to use for forgery, and he kind of he reaches into his back, he pulls out this little like shoebox size thing, and Aylin just kind of looks at it, just kind of scoffs, and then rolls out this beautiful like leather just kind of long rectangular strip.
Satchel?
But it just kind of coils up into this very thin, very easy to manage coil, like a scroll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she just unfurls it like a professional.
Very cute, Dolo. But yes, I rolled a 15.
Baby's first forgery kit, bro.
Sorry, I'm not an expert like you.
But that's why I'm here, Dolo. Yeah. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I rolled a 15. Do I do it? Do I do the damn thing?
Oh yeah, plus the 2 for your proficiency. You take a little bit of a hot stone, you very gently rub it against the seal until it starts to become supple, and then you very carefully just kind of put not your hand or anything flat or anything, but you do just kind of put in like one of the lips of the plate against it, and then just hold it down. And after a few minutes, you lift the plate, and the seal is restored.
This is oddly satisfying.
Splendid work, Aylin. Splendid work.
So, boys, there's a mission that hasn't been completed that I'm pretty sure is worth some money and information. So, just putting it out there. We should probably find out who needs this delivered so that we can deliver it.
So I think the next best course of action would probably be to go back to the Temple of Poseidon and find out who sent this so that they can tell us who the recipient is.
Yeah,
I think so, because for all we know, they stole it from someone else.
Because the outside of the letter doesn't have anything, right?
It doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, and we don't really know anybody's name.
And we don't know if these thieves thieved it from someone else that was supposed to deliver said letter. Like, I can't guarantee that the guy whose pocket we took this from was the person in charge of delivering said letter.
I look at Togos specifically and I go, so when we arrive, let's discuss this now. We found this letter on the floor in town, and we can say like right outside of the alley of the bar. and noticed the symbol and came back to further assist in the delivery of said letter. Are we in agreement, and do we understand? And I just stare at Togoth. I don't even look at Aelin. I just stare daggers at Togoth.
No, I'm literally just
Togoth, it's important.
okay.
And I point my fork at him as I'm eating my eggs, and it's like, it's important, Togoth. I'll give you a treat if you get this right. Like, I'll buy you lunch.
Oh.
I will keep quiet because I will forget. Look,
You just be warned. You may be called upon to speak, given that you're of the godly nature. And we are going to the temple of a god.
and
Question for you, Will. When I look at the bar, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kenny.
No,
sorry.
Togoth is just literally just getting the cowl and just literally just slowly covering his head, like, no, please.
I'm sure you've picked up some of my the way I have with my tongue along the way of our travels. You should be more than fine.
Okay.
When we look at the bar, is the bartender still there? Is Wraith still there? Or did she like quit and open up her bakery?
Rafe never works the day shift, so you wouldn't know. Right now, the bartender that's there is half elf male, little scrawny looking, little youngish, maybe just barely 18 to 20. Doesn't have any facial hair. Keeps his hair kind of short on the sides, and almost threatening to become a mullet.
Ooh. Okay.
So he's very clearly on his way to make bad choices.
He's made
good to know.
It sounds like he's made them already.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that would ruin his friends' Fridays.
Oh man!
Oh,
damn!
His name must be Brian.
Fucking Brian.
Just Brian.
oh no, it's Alfred.
Brian.
It's Alfred.
It's Alfred.
Freaking Mandan.
Mandan.
So I go. I'm going to just go to the room and get myself together, and then we should be on our way sooner than later. Yes.
Sure. What time do you want to head out?
10 minutes.
Meet back here in 10 minutes. Okay.
Very well. And I get up.
Yep.
And I mosey back up to the room.
All right.
I'm just still going to be eating. I just want to see if, since it's the daytime, there's nobody there that we would have seen from last night, right?
No.
That were just bystanders that left the bar,
and even for
waited till
breakfast,
everybody died.
No, and even with breakfast being served, like there's very few people. There's like maybe 2 or 3.
You point to the boots. There's some people from last night right there.
Yeah.
Sure.
Perfection, sir. That was perfection. I'm gonna go back up to my room, and in those 10 minutes, I'm basically strapping all of my blades to me in every nook and cranny that I could underneath my clothing. Like, I want to I have one here. I have 2 in my shoes, in my boots.
Yeah, he's strapped.
I've got like in my underneath my hood, clip to my hair. I want to have like a hair clip that when I pull it out, it's actually like little blade tips at the end that I could
it's a dart
if I needed to. Yeah,
of course.
Yep, little darts is what hold my hair. So I'm just strapping everything on, and then before I leave the room, I'm gonna take out my necklace, give it a kiss, and put it back underneath my clothing and walk out.
All right. So Batman's doing Batman things.
Togoth, after finishing his meal, will jump off the chair and go outside to wherever there is dirt, any freeform, any loose dirt, so that he can actually replace the dirt that's inside his pockets that has the shamrocks that are still growing inside his jacket.
Yep.
And we'll do that. Looks over as he walks by the boots, and then realizes that this could be fertilizer. So he grabs whatever is left of some dust and sprinkles that in there.
Okay.
And goes upstairs and actually puts on the plate that his chainmail that he has upstairs.
Okay.
Puts that on. I want to make sure there's nothing that was left in this room other than my stuff, obviously.
No, it looks like Eteocles took everything that belonged to him and whatever he had found.
Okay.
Oh, lovely.
Good to know.
Yep.
Freaking guy.
I go down. When I go down to when I leave my room and I go back outside, I want to go up to Mullet McGee. Mullet McGee Mandan. Mandan Mullet McGee.
Yeah.
And I want to leave a note for E.T.
Okay. Yeah. He
I wanted to just say, oh, go ahead.
He tells you, I don't particularly know how to read and write very well, so but if you know it, here's a paper, here's a quill.
I write on that letter, you left us, fucker, so we left you too. See you later. That's it. With a nice big A.
Nice big old A.
Yeah. He the guy kind of looks at it. You can see that he's trying to figure out what you wrote, but he just folds it up real nicely. This is for your Bugbear friend.
Yes. Please make sure you give that to him. It's extremely important that he gets that letter as soon as he walks in.
I'll make sure everybody knows.
Everybody can know. That's fine. Thank you.
Sure.
And I go back and I wait for everybody else to kind of meet back with me.
What is Dolo doing in his room time?
I shine up my my marshal's badge. I kind of just go through my head of every possible wrong scenario that's going to happen when we get to the Temple Poseidon, and what's the best way to tackle this.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely one of the options that has been open to you, because you could have definitely have gone either check out the guild itself. You could have gone to check out the Ildar family at the source, and you could have gone to try and figure out who the cobbler that made the shoe was, or whoever the tailor was that made the dress. So you've got several avenues that have opened up. This one, though, seems to be in the back of your mind the safest.
Yeah, I'm very, very and they're not here, so I say this with all safety. Is like with the group that I'm with, I'm very concerned about taking them to the family's estate and trying to not insult anybody.
What could possibly go wrong?
I know, because the Aelin treated the guard so nice with the dildo talk, and oh god, oh gosh,
He started it.
Talk about that.
The bludgeon talk.
The bludgeon talk.
So I feel like this is going to be the best option, but if it falls through, I'm thinking in my head. I'm thinking maybe the cobbler is probably going to be the next best. I don't want to go to the guild. I don't know why I don't want to go to the guild. I know Aelin wants to go to the guild, but he hasn't expressed that. So out of character, I know she wants to go to the guild. But so yeah, and I'll just go downstairs. I don't take too long. It's just kind of gathering my thoughts. Nothing crazy. I just grab my stuff, take my walking stick.
Yeah, I get you. But you all gather up.
My bowler hat on.
You're all suited up for whatever the city's gonna bring for you, and you take off for the temple. Excuse me. When you get there, you see a young acolyte kind of come over. How can I be of service to your group? Are you all patrons of Poseidon?
I'm not necessarily a patron, but I'm a very big fan of his. Love the ocean. It's splendid. It
is what gives us life.
It does. Absolutely. I like life. Life has been good to me. We are searching for some, and I flash the badge. I'm like, as you can see, Marshall. I'm like, we we located this a letter on the ground outside of a local tavern, and it seemed like it originated potentially from the temple, and we certainly wanted to find who the author was, because we would like to get this letter delivered to the right person. So we were hoping we could potentially speak to that person.
Oh, do you have the letter with you?
And I pop it out and I show it to him.
Hey, this is not a children's show anymore.
May I? May I? And he kind of like holds his hand out.
I put it on in his hand, but I hold on to it.
All right. You see him. You feel the resistance of him trying to pull it from you.
I don't move. I just look at him.
Like, please, sir, if you don't release your grip, I cannot see who this was intended for.
Oh, sure. I let it go,
Okay.
and I just look at Aelin, and I kind of give Aelin a face like, if he moves with it, and it looks like he's running with it, hair dagger.
Oh, I'm like looking around at the temple, and I just slowly, in my very sneaky, stealthy way, just make my way closer to where I'm on the other side of the acolyte from where Dolo is, so that we're just,
Yeah, and you just see that he doesn't move. He doesn't make to run away. He just kind of pops the seal with his finger, and you see the seal actually break. Like there's no care for it. And he's
and Togoth throws his arms in the air like, was it all that for nothing?
And he looks down at you. Did what?
No.
Deliver the letter, and I slap him in the face.
I make eye contact.
If he's not near me, if he's not next to me, I mage hand slap him in the face.
I want to make eye contact with Togoth, make the symbol for eating, and go, no snack. You get no snacks.
No food. But the acolyte kind of tilts his head at the strange goblin, and then he reads the letter to himself.
Goblins.
Oh, I recognize this P. This is acolyte Peartill.
Peartill?
Yeah, this way.
Oh, kindly, thank you. Thank you very much.
He gives you back the letter. He starts to lead you off.
I put it away.
You're brought to an older human male. Maybe looks to be about in his late 40s. Kind of short, well-kept hair. A short, well-trimmed beard. It's all gray. There's very few strands of his original color, which looks like it might have been like a dull brown. But the acolyte comes over and he's like, Brother Peartill, you have some guests who found something that you might have sent, and it did not reach its destination, it seems. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Brother Acolyte Peartill Orf. And the older gentleman kind of gets up, dusts off his knees. Good day. It is a pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure is ours, and I take the bowler cap off, and I kind of give him like a bow.
But he returns it.
Brother Peartill, we were walking through the city, and we came across a letter that was on the ground. Being the intelligent folks that we are, and I kind of do like a yes. We noticed that this may have originated from this temple, and the young man here basically confirmed that this did come from you. And I take out the letter. I'm like, please be aware this was opened by him.
You see that?
I like nudge him so that he says something. Like he backs us up on that information.
Yeah, the second you nudge him, he's like, oh, of course, I will leave you to your discussion. And he just kind of leaves. But brother Pertil kind of looks at the letter, looks at the three of you. This is unfortunate. This was very time sensitive.
When did you send that letter out to go to when was it supposed to be delivered?
I have sent this out with a young messenger about 4 days ago.
Brother, did you pay them up front?
I gave them 10 gold pieces, yes.
For future reference.
Next time. Don't do that next time.
Yeah, never pay up front. Or just pay half or a quarter. Because things like this will happen. The letter was just laying there on the ground.
Off.
Now, is there something we would we've sort of made a name for ourselves here in this fine city and are more than willing to assist in getting this delivered. We are quite swift in our, mind you, we found this letter yesterday evening late and we're already here in front of its author without.
I am very fast.
We would be more than happy to assist you in this endeavor. Clearly, it was important.
I would hate to trouble you because I do not know anymore where the recipient of this letter is supposed to be. Last I heard, he had intended to move around somewhere else than where this was intended to go.
Well, I have a particular set of skills where I can locate people. I mean, if you can tell me who it was supposed to go to, I'm sure that I can find them wherever it is that they may have gone.
It is an old friend of my family's. They are here visiting, and they are originally from Moses. His name is Rierto Quinta.
Rierto Quinta?
Rierto Quinta.
Rierto Quinta, okay. And you said that from Moses?
Yes.
Can I roll to see if he's deceiving me on who's supposed to go to?
Sure.
Oh.
That would be an insight check.
Oh boy. $19.
Ooh. Okay, fancy. He is being really honest.
Okay.
He's not hiding anything from you, from the group.
Okay.
Moses. That is, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's part of that trade route that was supposed to be set up. Am I incorrect in that?
Not that I know of. I know that it is on the western side of the great continent, but as far as I know, there is no land route to it.
Okay. Now, would you like to, where was it that the letter was originally supposed to go? Because that would be a good starting point for us to continue with our search and look for clues, as so to speak.
Of course. Rierto had told me that he was going to be staying at the Tide Swallow estate.
Tide Swallow estate. Do we know? Have we heard of that?
Not that I know of. I don't have any notes on that.
Yeah.
Well, no, but maybe because we've been here for a long time, so
yeah.
Maybe, and I don't know if there's a roll we could do if we had heard
make
about it. Or...
Make a straight charisma roll.
All of us, or just Jeff?
Whoever wants to have tried to have gotten some information out of people.
Yeah. So, what are we rolling again? I'm sorry.
Oy.
Just charisma.
19.
Okay.
19.
Oh my god, this is gonna be a horrible roll. Let's do it.
Me too.
Oh, not bad.
Oh.
17.
Nice.
We're very charismatic today, guys.
You're a charismatic bunch.
Yeah. Look at you. So, in all the conversations you've had with people around the city, you know that the Hide Swallow estate, excuse me, sits just north of the Seawall docks. It's part of what is considered the Old Kingdom. So it's part of the set of islands that were where Cove City first originated. It's not in the same island as the old fort. It is a business that is owned by House Vold, specifically Arthold Vold. He's a male half-elf.
Okay. And would you like to rewrite the letter given that the seal was broken, or would you like to just it to be a verbal message once we locate Rieto?
He nods and he's like, I believe it would be better if perhaps if you do find him that you send him to me personally.
Okay. Do you have any kind of code or anything so that he knows we're not trying to hurt him?
I do not have anything like that, but I don't understand why he would think you are trying to hurt him.
Well,
no offense, but we're a group with our reputation, and we have a goblin. And something tells me that we don't usually get received really well when we just show up out of nowhere, not knowing anyone, and asking them to come with us. Usually doesn't work out so well.
I can see what you are saying. Unfortunately, I never worked anything up with that like that with him.
Well,
did he know the person who was delivering this letter?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. So
I guess if we mentioned Brother Pertil, that would be pretty coincidental, and he shouldn't. There shouldn't be any further question.
Correct.
But we can definitely do that.
Message do you want us to deliver exactly? I'm just supposed to tell him, hey, Brother P's looking for you? I don't know. Do you want me to?
I would prefer if you could bring him here in person. He is youthful and rambunctious, and he might not heed the warning of how serious this is for him.
Are you telling us to bring him unwillingly now, Brother P?
Unwilling is a dangerous term, young lady. I think if you can convince him, it would be better for everyone involved.
I want to go ahead and roll insight. Considering what we've read in the letter, we know what we can surmise what the affliction he's talking about, or at least come with a conclusion of our own. I have a feeling that since he's the one that wrote the letter, he's also the one that knows that possibly the reason why he's asking us to bring him in person and why he'd be rambunctious could mean more than just being a young person.
Sure, make an insight
I think
check.
he's talking about, yeah. And I'm probably going to flub it, but still.
I hope you do.
Yeah. Yep, that's a 7.
A 7. No.
So we found the letter on the floor.
Yeah. You're sitting there, you're listening to the conversation. Excuse me. You're trying to put two and two together. You're going through all of the things that you've been taught and all of the things that you've seen at the murder site and this and that. And as they're talking, the gears start turning in Togoth's head, and to you, you've blown this case wide open. You are pretty sure this kid is a vampire.
Oh God.
Vampire?
Yeah, you're like, this kid's a vampire. They're gonna try to dominate us and charm us. We've got to go in there, eyes closed, and just not look anybody in the eye.
Okay, that's kind of a stretch that I went from lycanthrope to vampire. Cool, we'll do with that, I guess.
Only makes sense. It only makes sense.
It must, apparently.
I mean, you rolled a 7, so the
Yeah.
fact you were so far off. Brother P, real quick question: who exactly did you pay to deliver this letter in the first place?
It is a city messenger.
Okay.
Hmm.
You haven't seen him, right? Since you paid him?
No, I have not. But House Vold has several messengers.
Oh, the messenger came from House
Hey,
Volt.
I mean, they are the ones in charge of messenger services.
Got it. Thank you.
I looked at when she said, "Have you seen him?" I looked down at the bag. My bag of dust.
I just dust my shoulder off.
Yeah.
Just to make sure.
Very well, brother. Pertil. We will. I guess we will go to the Tide Swallow estate and see if they have any idea of where he may have gone from there. We will definitely be in touch.
I hope that you find him and that he has not hurt himself or anyone else.
Sorry. Why do you think he's going to hurt himself exactly? Just, I think, we should probably know why you think he's going to hurt himself.
I grab Aylin's like cloak, and I'm grabbing. I go in Goblin, just whisper vampire.
Pardon me, brother. And I do apologize, Aylin. Hurt anyone else?
Yes, he has recently fallen into the circles of some nefarious people. I worry for him and his safety, and the safety of others, that he might be being coerced to hurt.
What people? Because forgive me, brother. I know you have given us a lot of information, but I'm scratch your back, you scratch ours. Obviously, these people may be a hindrance to us when we go looking for him if he's been used by them, as you say. Who exactly is he in cahoots with?
I do not know their name, unfortunately.
Okay.
I just know that they are a group. It is more than 3, but less than 7.
Okay.
I chuckle.
Run through.
Oh yeah, the more he tells you, the more the Togoth hears, the more Togoth is like, that's a coven. That's exactly how many you need.
We need
The rules say
water.
6.
Oh, is there wood anywhere or anything made out of wood by any chance in the area, in the vicinity that we're in?
Oh yeah, there's several chairs here and there.
Oh, okay. I slowly move over to get close to a chair, and I just, as quietly as I can, snap one of the legs.
Oh, make an athletics check.
There we go. Here we go.
Here it is.
But yeah, you're like
20.
But you're like 3 in your head. Yeah, you're like 3, 5, 7. Vampires always hang out in odd numbers.
We have Buffy the Vampire Slayer over here.
30, 20. Yeah. Easily enough. The chair with a little wiggle, a little elbow grease, you just pop the leg as quietly as possible.
I'm trying to do it. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to do it where they're not. No one's paid attention to Togoth, so I'm just. Bloop.
Yeah, and you look down at the foot of it, and you're just like, I could sharpen that.
Oh no, that was my next step. Is while everybody's talking, I'm gonna be whittling.
Yeah.
I take off the clip under. I go underneath my hood and I take the clip off. That's just my little dart.
Yeah.
And I start cleaning my nails out with it, right? And I just look at and I'm like, hey, so brother P, here's the thing, right? If I'm gonna go do this thing, help you out, and all of that, I kind of need to know all the information I'm gonna need to know if I'm gonna be risking my life for your mission, which I'm sure is some mission for Poseidon. Who knows? But point is, I need you to tell me everything. So, is he a physical kind of guy? Am I gonna go there, blades ablazing?
Oh no, Rierto is a simple halfling. All of you except for, and you see him kind of look around for Togoth, and that's when you see him just in the corner, just whittling a chair leg down into a steak. He's like, all of you except that one could probably overpower Rierto easily.
When I see him doing that, I mage hand slap it out of his hand. And I just look at him. Motherfucker, you ain't gonna eat for days. And I just give him this death stare that my eyes I'm like,
just another one.
and I go back. I'm like,
Why you had another one when you can just put this one away when they're not looking?
Yeah,
he slapped it out of my hand. I'm waiting till everybody's gone.
Yeah, and I turn back around towards brother. I'm like, and I sigh, I exasperated, super loud, and just. I'm sorry, you were saying, brother.
So he's a halfling and we should be able to overpower him. Okay. And you're saying the group he's been with, they're around from town. Are they from around town, the group he's hanging with?
No, I had never seen any of them before, so I can only assume that they are outsiders as well. But they do not look like pirates or privateers, so there must be someone from out in the wilderness.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay. I look at Aelin and I'm just like, I think we're squared away.
Yeah. I go up to Brother P and I slap him on the back and I say, thanks for the information. We'll be back later. Give him a wink and a little, and I leave.
And as you're walking away, he's like, may the sea provide you with everything you can need. Poseidon's grace be upon you.
I wave my hand behind. I'm like, yeah, and also with you. And I walk out.
I pick up my now steak that I created, and I take it with me.
Yeah.
And just scurry along and meet up with everybody.
I look at him again and I'm like, thank you again, sir. We'll take care of this for you. And we move.
It's appreciated. Thank you. But yeah, you guys.
Once we're outside,
yeah.
I look at Togoth and I just want to say, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing?
You're making me miss the barbarian.
Okay, hear me out. Okay, he said that they meet in odd groups at night, and he's dangerous, and he might be the Rumbuses. You guys used the word before. It just means that they're crazy. So
yeah. He's got an affliction. He's got an affliction.
And I immediately went vampire. We're dealing with a vampire, sir. And I start training my thrusting of the stake.
So we're just throwing out the werewolf thing that we investigated on the island.
Wait. So when you say that, he stops. Yeah, you're right.
All right. Togoth, I'm going to need you to focus. I kind of looked at Dola and like, all right, now what?
You're just gonna drop the perfectly good steak on the floor?
No, I didn't drop it. I literally tossed it behind me. God forbid I hit anybody with it, but
Okay.
it's
Lord have mercy. The poor acolyte's walking by. He gets stabbed in the head. So I tell Aelin, I mean, I think we've got a lead. The
We have
interesting
several.
thing, well, but we know his last whereabouts, and we have a name now.
Tide Swallow just doesn't sound up my alley. It's kind of who names their estate Tide Swallow?
Seaman?
Yes, Seaman would do that. I like you, Dolo. You're catching on.
yeah.
What?
Seaman?
Sailors.
But he said there wasn't. I'm so confused.
It's okay. You're doing great, Togoth. You're doing great. And I pat him on the head.
So you want to head over to Tide Swallow Estates, basically?
I feel that that was his last known location. It might be the most direct route to get on his tail. The interesting thing is he's a halfling.
That is interesting.
And we found the clothing is halfling size, so either he likes to dress in women's attire, or his he was his significant other. I don't remember. Did she say they didn't say she was a halfling, right? The one that was killed.
No, it was a gnome.
It was a human. Right?
No, she was a gnome.
No, because she's from the house. She's a gnome. She's from the house that has.
She's a gnome.
Is normally right.
Okay, so we got a little gnome halfling potential action. We got a little potential gnome halfling action that's going on.
Well, the dress was a halfling's dress. That much we know with the initials I on the inside, so I doubt. But so okay, so hold on. Let me look over my notes.
But we have the shoes and we have the dress. Why don't we try to find where that came from?
Well, we know where it came from, Togoth. Now, my concern, to be frank with you, my little friend, is what happened in there can't happen where this is from. This is from one of the major families, and to them, we are garbage people.
But okay.
So, and we are about to go and tell them that we found the bloody clothing with the insignia of their household in the cliffs.
Okay.
Potentially meaning that somebody's deceased.
I'm with you so far, yes.
So we need to be very cautious on not accusing people of being vampires or speaking out of turn.
I was in rare form today. I apologize.
It's a Tuesday for you. It's not a rare form. But
yeah, basically he's just saying we can't be trusted. So
I didn't say anything about you, Aelin. You are my least concern because you don't want attention.
No, after to care for it.
Togoth seems to thrive on it.
I don't know what's going on.
I know, my friend. I know. So the other.
What's the time travel to the Tide Swallow estate from where we are? Well,
from the Temple of Poseidon to Tide Swallow,
as the crow flies.
As the crow flies.
If you're talking about Game of Thrones, it might get here in like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
we might get there in 5 minutes.
As a regular crow flies, it's maybe 20 minutes. Going through the streets, though, you'd have to go into one of the islands and then take the bridge over. So it'd be maybe about 45 minutes.
What if we? How far are we from the dock where the police have the magistrate has their boat dock, the one that we took to the other island?
Oh, that's on the other side of the city.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, that's like at least an hour away.
Well, we can hoof it, so to speak. But I'm open to suggestions. I feel like this is our best course of action, given we know that this is the last place he was at.
No, I agree with you. You're right. It'll give us time to see if maybe we run into our old friend throughout the town and see if we spot him as well.
I only wish we had a visual of what this gentleman looked like. I wonder. We're still outside of the temple, right?
We didn't ask.
No, we didn't. I turn back around and I walk into the temple.
Yep.
I'm like, no. And I walk back into the temple.
Okay.
Cool.
And
what do you want to do with Baby Dog?
I have to talk to the acolyte again. I'm just like, yes, I need to speak to Brother Petrol very quickly about a thing we're doing for him.
The acolyte kind of looks at you, cocks his head. I believe that Brother Petrol left with you.
Excuse me?
I saw him follow you out, almost.
I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not there. I can't say anything.
Right. I'm like, huh. And can I do an insight to see if he's lying to me?
Sure.
Which is my worst stat, but let's see what happens.
Here we go. Another vampire myth.
Wait. Question. Because you gave me an inspiration, and I know it only lasts for one session. So, what inspiration you give me?
The inspiration lets you
2 rolls.
Gives you basically advantage. You get your 2 rolls, and you choose which one you want.
But let's see what happens first.
Okay. Let's see what happened. Heart of the cards. Yeah, I'm gonna use insight. I'm gonna use the inspiration. Let's see what happens. Oh, even worse. Cool. It's a vampire.
Oh my God.
No, but I have advantage, right? So I'd take the 8.
You take the 8. Yeah. Obviously.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Oh God, yes.
So you're.
I come out with sticks.
You pick up the stake that he dropped.
I'd be like, yes.
Yeah. You see that he's not lying to you, and he looks at you. He's like, "There's nothing else. I have some guests that need my assistance." And as he starts to walk away, you start to walk out, and you look at the stake that Kogoff just dropped, and you're like, you start to imagine, what if Brother Pirto is one of the vampire thralls?
Oh God!
And they're just trying to use werewolves to hide their own feeding frenzy.
And I pick it up. I run outside though.
Okay.
I'm like, Aelin Togoth, did you see Brother Petrol come out here? Because according to the acolyte, he followed us out, but I didn't see him.
And I can only assume that as a thief and a rogue that I would constantly be attentive of my surroundings. Could I roll to see if I had noticed that anybody had left with us?
Hello?
Yay? Maybe?
Oh,
No?
I was checking your passive perception. Sorry. I wanted to base
okay. I was like,
did we lose him?
No. 15. Excuse me.
Jesus.
Yeah, 15 is high enough that you do remember seeing him kind of walking with you as you were walking towards the main entrance, but at some point he split off. Like, you don't remember his presence being around you anymore.
Okay, but never you never felt him leaving. He was just going towards the main entrance, and then
no longer felt his presence.
He walked outside with us, and then he split off.
Okay.
Yep.
Did any of you notice anything? Because I didn't.
I felt him come out with us and go a different way. Then he just was gone. But he did walk outside with us.
Can you do your roguey thing and figure out which way he potentially went? Because
Yeah, can I try to see if I can track in which direction he went? Either using my face senses or something. Maybe.
You could try a survival check if you want to try to pick up his
Like his scent or something.
like his tracks.
Zerlo, why do you have my stick?
oh,
I smell bread.
in case
Mhm.
in case there's vampires, who knows? You might be onto something, Togoth. And I give it to him. No,
Is there a freaking spell on this temple that when fools, I don't know, something happens to you when you're in there, you come out thinking about vampires?
This is the second person that has talked about vampires.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, is there something that's going on right now?
Don't go inside, Aelin.
I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I'm
now,
like,
but Will, let me ask you this question because I'm trying to look at this process of deduction wise.
Mhm.
When we come out of the temple, how many ways are there to go as soon as we come out of the temple?
It opens up into a large yard with a sitting pool. And there is the main entrance at the south end of the temple. Excuse me. That opens up into the city. But you do know that there is a northwest and eastern exit. The west would lead out towards Finnegan's Cemetery. The north entrance would lead north to the Fairgrounds and the dead parts of the city. And east just leads to the shallows and the rest of the kind of sprawl of the town.
Okay, Aelin, you go that way. Togoth, you go that way. I'll go this way. If we see him, provide a signal in the sky somehow. If you don't see him, let's meet back here.
okay. I'm gonna head east towards the cemetery.
And I'm gonna
northeast towards the cemetery.
West towards the cemetery.
Sorry, west.
I'll go north. I'll go north.
And I'm just gonna go the other direction that they're not going in.
And I'm gonna book it. And I'm like, with my bony body, I'm gonna be booking it over.
Yeah. Sure.
Like I'm like super stealthy right now, but in my head, I feel like I'm running from like behind like a bush to behind a cart to like trying to like zigzag my way. But in my head, I'm going.
Oh, of course, of course. There is some Kronk-like theme music going on in your head.
Yes.
But yeah, everybody, give me a perception check, and we'll see who spots what.
Or who spots nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Here we go. Another 0 for me. Oh, 10.
How can of all the people?
Nice.
I got the high. How? I have a +0 people. How did I beat you?
Yep.
I am a fucking rogue. I'm a rogue. I am perceptive. It is my profession.
Okay.
I'm proficient in it.
I rolled a 20 for athletics to break a leg chair,
Yep.
a chair leg, and I roll crap for perception, which is my higher stat.
Yep. I love it. So the three of you dart off in separate directions, and you spend maybe a half hour just going out in a conal shape until you just give up and come back. All three of you saw nothing in the sky.
Just because I'm pissed off that I wasted my time, I throw my mage hand up and I go like this, and then it turns into this, just so that Dolo can see it. This, and then this, and then this, and then this.
I'm like, it certainly feels like that was done to us at this moment. No luck. My concern is that he's potentially sending us on a wild goose chase.
All right, so here's what I think is gonna happen. He's got to go back to that temple. He's Brother P. I assume he's got to be there at some point again. So maybe we should actually switch up our mission, go somewhere else first, before we go looking for this guy because we don't know what he looks like.
Let
So we
me
don't know
ask
who we're seeing.
Now, thinking of this suggestion. Let me ask you, Aelin, as somebody who is familiar with acts of distraction and just
Go ahead. Criminal
naughtiness.
activity. Yes.
Naughtiness. If I were to tell you, I need you to keep this somebody else busy while we go somewhere else, would you send them in the same direction, or would you send them in the opposite direction of where you are to buy yourself time?
I would send them in the opposite direction to buy myself time.
What exit is opposite from the direction of the Swallow Estate or the Tide Swallow Estate?
To head the Tide Swallow, you would have to gone south, so the north one to the Fairgrounds.
Let's go to the fair, guys.
But you yourself went to the Fairgrounds.
I did.
No,
I did.
Dolo did.
But
you saw nothing.
And I didn't see anything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm like, I did go there, but I didn't see anything. But it's not necessarily my strong suit. But I mean,
Quick thing, real quick. Side note for Will.
Mm-hmm.
When we got the wanted poster, did we ever get to take a look at it? Or I know that Brandon has it, ET has it, but did we take a look at it?
You saw that he took something, and he looked at it, and then he put it away.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Because my character, I mean, I know what it's on that, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. I wasn't sure. I made the note, but
yeah.
Player knowledge.
But I'm listening. I'm listening to Dolo, and Dolo's saying, "Okay, yeah, to go south. That means you have to go north." And I start looking towards the north, and then I just run to the north end where the grounds are.
Okay, I start following.
It's your turn, Dolo. It's your turn. Yeah. I'm like, and I want to keep looking around
with the stake in my hand. I'm like, yeah.
Is there anybody around the Temple of Ill Disposition? Does it look like there's any of the guilds in that area near that temple?
Not at all.
No? Okay.
Most of the guilds know to stay away from the temple.
Okay. And I'm just slowly being very perceptive as I follow Dolo, who's chasing Togoth.
How far is Togoth running? Like straight to the Fairgrounds?
Yeah, I mean, I heard Fairgrounds, so that's his mindset.
Yeah. You see that there's a fenced-off area. You can see the large kind of tarp of leathers that have been strewn together to create this massive kind of big top. You can hear soft music. Doesn't look like there's a lot of people at the Fairgrounds right now.
Mm-hmm.
But as you,
so it would be easy to scan pretty much then.
Yeah, as you come in, you can just see one of the barkers just kind of looks over at you. My little friend, would you like to see some of the exciting sideshows?
And I look over at the gentleman. I'm like, and I grab the stake and I put it away. Goes, no, I'm looking for I'm looking for somebody from the temple.
He vaults the podium that he's standing behind so that he lands right in front of you, just in a squatting position, feet flat on the ground. And he just kind of looks at you. Don't put it away. You might need that.
Well, what do you know?
Oh, fuck.
Dolo sees this maybe middle-aged human just dressed almost like Hugh Jackman in the P.T. Barnum movie. vaults the podium that he's standing behind and just lands in front of Togoth, squatting position. And you just see his lips move, but you don't hear what they're saying. Like he is whispering to Togoth.
I get over there closer.
Yeah. And the second that he sees you over his shoulder, he stands up full height, and again he's just like, "Are you both here for the entertainment?" And he just looks down at Togoth. Vampires are up.
Did he? Do I hear that?
Not with your passive perception, no.
Oh, okay.
No, I literally I know that it's Dolo next to me, so I grab his cloak. I'm like, he knows.
What?
And I shake the stick. I shake the stake.
Is that the entertainment? So what entertainment are you talking about? Have you seen an old friar-looking man come through here?
No one of that kind. But you two look like you're in for excitement. Silver in entrance.
Have I made it there yet?
No, but you see them talking to the Hugh Jackman character.
No, but seriously, tell him what you just told me about the. And I look around and I just hushed tone so only three of us can hear it. The vampires.
Oh, that.
And you see, he's like, yes, vampires. And he squats down again, just shoots straight down to Togoth eye level. He's just like, don't trust anyone. And he stands back up and you see him have like candy corn that he's popped out of his pockets and he just puts them into his mouth like fangs. Yes, vampires. At this point, Aelin hears that. And you can see that he has some kind of hardened candy in his mouth that makes him look like he has fangs.
We
I roll my eyes and sigh deeply. I just exasperate.
We are kind of in a hurry. We're trying to deliver a message to someone. Don't think we have time for your show, sir. It sounds exhilarating. Fangs.
I throw a silver up in the air and I go, I do. I have time for your show.
Excellent.
I guess we have time for your show.
Do I sense anything on him or in the area? Anything off in the air? Any sense of magic anywhere?
Oh, are you using a spell to do this?
Yeah.
Or are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what you got.
Tell me I have it. I do not. Never mind. I don't have detect magic.
No, you don't.
However, he says don't trust anyone, right?
Yeah.
And he only says it to me. I'll just wait. But I look over at Dolo. I'm like, are we going into?
I'm not going to leave Aelin alone, especially if there's vampires about.
I hand him the steak. Go here.
You're better with that than I am.
Since I can't use detect magic, can I do just a regular perception check just to see? I want to almost make it like if I'm trusting my gut, if I'm going for just a bad sense at this point, if I feel anything off.
I think if anything, I'll let you roll Arcana.
Okay, I'll do an Arcana roll.
Sure.
That's a straight 9.
Straight 9.
Straight nothing.
You look around and there's a ton of magic in the air. There's magic in the lights that they're using. There's magic in like the fireworks that they're using. So it kind of makes it hard to detect if there's anything nefarious because there's just this thin layer of magic over everything. Like even when he speaks up, you can feel like there's some kind of magic amplifying his voice.
Okay. I want to I just pull my hood up a little bit more. Over my face, and I look at the showman. I'm like, all right, I'm here for a show.
Right?
Show me the show.
He takes a silver from each of you, so make sure you mark that off.
Okay.
I don't keep money. Somebody has money of mine.
Yeah, he's not here.
Oh, well then that's why again I reiterate. Then I look back at Dola. I'm like, you got me on this one, right? Please.
Oh. There's a lot of clicking.
I got you.
Oh.
Yeah.
But he does take you into one of the side tents, and he leaves you in the care of this female elf dressed the same way, just that everything is made to accentuate the hourglass figure. So it's more for the eye than for function. And she starts to lead you through this tent of eccentricities. And she comes up to the first thing. And she's like, as you can see here, we have the only captured in captivity, unfortunately, died in captivity, stuffed mermaid of southern Moses.
Can't believe we're wasting time. Oh my god.
She takes you to another taxidermy, and she's like, this is the fabled and highly exaggerated Cerberus cow, and you see that it is a cow with 3 heads.
This.
The scourge of Ashen God.
Okay.
She takes you to another exhibit where it looks like there's just these lizards that are maybe the size of a human forearm. It's a large enclosure. And as she brings you up, she's like, please, if you have anything metallic, stay back. They are rather dangerous. And she grabs from a bucket a small handful of dead bugs, and she opens a small little ovular cavity. She throws them in, and she closes it real quickly, and then she jumps back. And as all the lizards converge on the bugs, you see that they're all sparking. There's a current of electricity that starts to kind of jump back and forth and kind of course around them, and it starts to electrify the enclosure itself, and you can feel anything metallic on your person being attracted to it like magnets.
I wanted to roll nature check real quick. See if I've ever run into these animals before.
Sure, go ahead.
Nope.
7.
The
only thing
not
that
vampires.
the
I know that
only
much.
thing that you are sure of in your mind is that they're not vampires.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
But you haven't even heard of anything like this in nature. But then she takes you to what looks like a long, mummified, decayed, and desiccated corpse of what looks to be some kind of... You can't even tell at this point. You just know that it is humanoid. It is regally dressed in these fine but dulled out and faded kind of purples, blues, and reds. And there is a very similar stake sticking out of its sternum. And you just see that its mouth is agape. And it just sits on this regal, makeshift, but not shoddily made kind of throne. And she bows low in front of him, in front of the corpse, She's like, I present to you Count Lyrith of Beaumont.
I want to run perception on this.
What are you trying to see?
Well, actually, more so of insight. Like, well, I look at this, and right now, based off of what we've seen already, the three-headed horse, or three-headed cow,
Mhm.
These lizards that are sparking, and
The mermaid?
yeah, and a mermaid that was taxidermied and stuffed. I'm starting to have second thoughts about this gentleman and about this place.
I want to do a history check on the name of that person.
Sure.
Man, I'm just like 10 guy today. That's 11.
11. Excuse me. You remember a count with a similar name? Definitely in Moses. Definitely was popular for something or other. But he was one of the figures that helped found the city. It wasn't something contemporary. So it would be something that happened like a few hundred years ago. So the clothing looks up to date with that.
Okay.
You bowed to him. Do you? Is he your lord?
No,
I asked the elf.
Out of respect, of course. One does not know when a vampire lord might rise again from the dead.
I bow.
I want to roll perception on. I want to be able to see this, like, because it's mummified, correct?
Yeah.
So we can't see the face.
She looks at the two of you, at Aelin and Togath, and she's like, "Will you not bow in the presence of a count?"
I lower my. I just lower my head slightly.
Yeah.
I'm Togoff is very confused because he feels like I want to look at this because I feel like I'm almost gypped.
It does feel that
You
way.
didn't pay anything.
I'm saying this is how I feel in my head.
It's like, motherfucker, you didn't pay. You didn't pay. I paid for it.
What a!
Oh, you feel
This is.
gypped?
They stole my money. This is such a worthless piece of shit.
And
Dolo's over there like,
If he said, did you really say that out loud though, or no?
No, this is me in my head.
Oh,
Yeah,
because I was gonna be like, look, you wanted to see a motherfucking vampire. There's one right there. You were so fucking wanting to see a vampire.
I love that fact where it's like Kenny didn't pay for it and Kenny feels gypped. I can only imagine how Jeff feels.
Yeah, I'm like, we came to see a three-headed cow and we're trying to find a werewolf in the fucking city.
You know who would have loved this exhibit? You know who would have loved this exhibit? The one asshole who's not here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So real quick, I don't bow, but I grab my hood and like bring it forward to make it almost look like I'm bowing to this lord, but I don't bow. And then I ask her, "Is this the end of the sideshows?"
Oh, are you not entertained? And you see her pull the stake out of the corpse, and you see slowly the body start to push itself up off.
I
of
grab
the
Kenny's
seat.
steak and I stab it. No, I don't. I'm just kidding. I don't do that.
No, I would have been like,
I have a -1 strength. I'm not doing that. It'll go ding, like off the cloth.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. All right, so she grabs it. Okay, so I'm sorry, and he starts to rise. Go ahead.
Yeah, he starts to push himself up off of the seat, and you see him start to kind of get up into his full form, and then almost like straight out of a haunted house, the front of the body jerks forward and the arms shake, and you just hear the amplified sound of just this roar and children screaming. Everybody,
I laugh.
I need everybody
I'll
to
laugh.
make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, good.
knew it.
My lowest stat. Awesome. Yep. I run out. What the hell is going on here? Oh, Kenny rolled worse than I did.
No, I just rolled now.
Oh, I saw a 1.
Oh wow.
No. That's a 12 for me.
God, we're rolling like crap tonight.
Yep.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a freaking. I can't even do anything. It's his digital dice. I can't even yell at them.
Yeah, I got an 18 total.
Yeah. Yeah. Dolo's the only one that runs out immediately away. Aelin and Togoth are incredibly fine with this.
Oh no,
You can see it for the sham that it is.
Yeah, and for that, Togoth is pissed that this is not worth the free that I had. Seems okay. So Togoth, with the stake that I currently have in my hand, will pass my hand over it and cast Shillelagh. So it's magical.
Yeah.
And I will stab this animatronic metal thing through the face.
Okay.
I laugh. And I say, "Oh, honey, is this really it? You guys have nothing else?"
Where the hell are you guys?
Oh my god, I rolled an 8. This is not going well at all.
It's a vampire. There's a vampire in there. What? Why are you still in there?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Forgive me, my lord. Forgive me.
You are like the buzzing of flies to him.
Command me, lord.
But yeah, you stab at it, and you manage to kind of hit a bone, and you do see that the shin kind of snaps, and his foot falls over, and she's like, "Hey, don't take it out on the
Lord. On the Lord.
Yeah.
You want me? Don't take it out on the Lord.
Don't take it out on the mannequin."
Count on the count.
On the man.
And you see her start to push it back down, and you hear a clicking noise, and she puts the stake back in.
You are that guy that went outside. 1 silver.
I go over to the carnival barker and I'm like, this is bullshit. You've got vampires in there.
Yeah, and he just kind of looks back at you, and he kind of puts his finger to his eye, and he's just like, "They're always staked. They're always under control."
That crazy woman inside there did not stake it. She took the stake out, and the Lord, I bowed and everything, and he jumped out at me. This is unacceptable.
I will have a stern talking to her.
I want to walk outside.
Yeah, what is Aelin doing? She gonna stay there, or?
I just kind of look at her and I say, I kind of just laugh. I look up and down. I was like, well, at least you look good while you're, dripping other people. And then I walk away.
Of course, and you just hear kind of like twirl back and forth.
To and fro.
Yeah,
Furry?
just like opening. She opens the jacket too, just so you can see the.
I see your manager.
I look back and I was like, oh, that was worth the silver. And I keep walking.
Yeah, you see all of you are gathered up at the front of the fairgrounds.
All right, so now, sorry, boys. I just wanted to see if they had anything else special.
You know what? We walk away from the carnival barker.
Yeah.
And I just look at him. I'm like, I go. Well, now that I've shit my pants, you know what else is entertaining? Halflings that turn into werewolves and kill people. Can we proceed with what we're going to do? That father full of shit fucking disappeared on us. And
sorry, I thought maybe did
brother full of shit.
I thought they would have had, I don't know, a werewolf on their sideshow. Worth a look.
I try to snap the steak that I made and say, this is bullshit.
Yes. So should we still take the word of the brother and go check where the last whereabouts are, or should we have the cobbler that we can check out? We have the seamstresses to see about this dress, or we can do the one that's going to be a little bit on the. We have to tread lightly and take the what we found to the family of which it belongs to.
We've already gone to go. Have we? We haven't gone to go see the cobbler who made the shoes.
No, we haven't done any of that yet.
No.
Any of that yet? I'd like to go and see the cobbler if up to me. If it were up to me right now, while we wait, well, we don't know what the guy looks like, so we can very much go to this tide swallow, and they would tell us he's not there, and we could be talking to him for all we know because we don't know who we're looking for.
That's why you have somebody charming with you. People don't tend to ride. Typically,
yes, you're right. You're right. Is the cobbler on the way, Will, or is it on any other side of town or something?
It's any cobbler, right? Or no, we found a specific one, the rooster.
Specific cobbler,
Yeah. You don't know where the cobbler is, so it could be on the way, could not be on the way. It could be on the other side of town, for all you know. You just don't know.
Okay.
I'd say let's go towards the tide swallows. It's worth a shot. It's still our best option. So I still firmly suggest whether I didn't detect that he was fibbing in any of the information he provided us. I don't know. Aiden, you're better at that kind of thing than I am. I typically don't lie. Yeah.
So I'd say we make our way back. You're right. Let's go to Twin Swallows. And since it's on the way, we'll just peek real quick into the temple and see if he's returned. Because it is on the way there.
Temple is, yes.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, the temple's on the way back.
Yep.
So we've had enough fun at the fair. Maybe he's returned now. And then make our way, if he's not there, to Twin Swallows.
Your definition of fun and mine is substantially different.
It is, but without me, you would have a very boring life, Dolo.
This is true.
Wow.
This is very, very true.
But yeah,
I'm
you
so
arrive.
sorry that,
Go ahead.
I'm so sorry that you wasted true silver.
Did you enjoy yourself, Togoth?
And I look at the shattered pieces that I have left of the steak. I go, no.
Then it was wasted silver, and I blame you and Aiden.
Take it.
You guys get back to the Temple of Poseidon, and you notice that even now, you don't see Acolyte Peartil, and you don't see the Acolyte that led you to him.
Everybody's gone?
Everybody's gone.
Like, those two Acolytes are gone, but there's other Acolytes there. And like a dwarven woman comes up to you, dressed in the kind of trappings of an Acolyte of Poseidon, and she comes up and she bows generously. Are you looking for any help here, or
Hail Poseidon!
do you need any healing? Any services that can be provided?
Yes, we're in desperate need of finding Brother Petril or Peartil, or that little man person that was working with him, his acolyte.
That's an interesting. How do you know Brother Peartil? He's been on vacation for the last 2 weeks.
Oh, has insight check?
Sure.
No. No.
God damn it, bro.
Vampires.
What if she is a thrall of the vampire lord, and she's just saying what you want to hear?
You would say that. This temple's a curse to us. Let me tell you. Screw Poseidon. All right, screw him and his trident. What do you mean he's been on vacation for the last 2 weeks? We just spoke to him about an hour ago.
I was not aware that he had returned. He was supposed to be on a missionary expedition to help with the rebuilding of the Temple of Poseidon in Arcanol, as it befell some vandalism recently.
I want to go ahead and describe the other acolyte that we spoke with.
She thinks for a moment. That's not one of the acolytes that we have here. Doesn't sound familiar at all.
Bro, it was the guy. And they were playing us. That's what I think, that it was the guy. I'm out of character, I'm saying this right now. That when Brandon comes back, if you see that picture.
The acolyte that helped you was not a halfling though.
No,
Okay.
correct. No.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
We're talking to this acolyte inside of the temple, right?
Yeah. She is one of 4 that are currently on duty, at least 4 that look like they have the vestments of an acolyte. She's a young hill dwarf, reddish hair. For lack of a better description, she is like a shorter V. So
wow, shorter?
Yeah. So she is barely pushing 4 feet tall. She's got the long red hair kind of braided back, the soft brown eyes, the kind of sassy stance where she's got like one most of her weight on one foot opposed to the other. But even with that kind of appearance, like she still has a very warm aura about her.
So Aylin's swagger is up, guys. Just letting everybody know. Not with an acolyte. I'm not that horrible yet. Okay. So I look to Dolo and I'm like, what do I want to do here? You're thinking vampires again, right? That's what you made. That's what Dolo started thinking about when he did that horrible roll.
It's like him and Togoth at this point mentally could be linked, and they'd be like, because they're both thinking like this fits the MO. Everybody's enthralled. There's one master vampire who's just charmed his way into everybody's life. It would make sense to hide under the Temple of Poseidon. They're both blowing. They're both blowing this case wide open.
I beg to differ, because after that horrid display of what I saw in there, I don't want to even think about vampires, let alone even consider this idea anymore.
That's what they want you to
However,
think.
that's what they all want me to think. But I actually, Togop goes ahead and grabs Aylin's cloak, tugs it a little bit, and goes, what about, could you think maybe they're from the guild?
I'm not sure. I had whispered to him, and then I asked the acolyte, "Do you know where Brother P resides?"
Here at the temple, well, like all the acolytes do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And you haven't seen him in 2 weeks, right?
Not
like you all. Personally.
No, I saw him leave on the caravan. They took the old road out of town in the northwest. Almost a full fortnight ago.
Has anyone else from that caravan returned?
Not at all, no.
Cool. Do you guys have any protections here for you guys?
Of course. We're all trained as far as protecting the temple and protecting our flock, offering some services. Some of us are stronger than others. I myself am a 2nd year acolyte, and she points at a half-orc. That is Augustus, and Brother Augustus is a 5th year. So he's the one that we defer to in most things while Pertil is gone.
Would we be able
I walk up to him.
With him?
I just walk up to him.
How far? Okay, important question.
Yeah.
How far away is he?
He's maybe, 60 feet away, talking to a young couple that looks like they're either about to get married or they were just recently married.
Okay. I'm going to follow behind Aylin.
Okay.
And tell me when we're within 10 feet of him. Of him.
Sure. It's very easy. Nobody's going to try to stop you. The hill dwarf just kind of stays there and stands there and just looks at Togoth. Do you need any help, brother?
I look around. Togoth looks around.
Covers his
Has
neck.
has has anything strange happened here in the last 2 weeks? That you feel is strange.
Well, there's been more paintings of each of us. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Before he
Paintings?
left, Acolyte Peartill asked one of the local painters to create portraitures of all of us.
Okay. And does he normally do that?
No, but we all thought that it was rather nice of him. Maybe somebody had donated an ample sum, and we could have splurged a bit, I think. It's a nice gesture.
I love art. Do you mind if I see these paintings if you have them?
Sure, of course. Come along. The gallery's just this way. And you see she leads you to a gallery of paintings. And you can see that the painter is actually still there, like painting one of the other acolytes.
As I'm walking that way, I turn to see the group, the Aelin and Dolo.
They're both leaning towards Augustus.
Okay, and I just keep going.
Okay. And the two of you get within 20 feet of Augustus. 10 feet.
Cool. I activate Fey Presence.
Oh.
So every creature, so including Aelin, within a 10-foot cube of me, has to make a wisdom saving throw DC 13 or become charmed or frightened by me.
Okay.
My choice.
All right. So
not
Aelin?
I, sir.
Oh.
Not I. Not I. I have I have advantage against being charmed.
Yes. You are not a full elf, you are a half elf. So
who, me? Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no, you are full elf. Yeah.
No, I'm full elf, buddy.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah. Roll a second one to see which one's higher.
The 9, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. He is a half orc, so he doesn't have that luxury. He rolled a total of 9 as well. So
okay. DC was 13. So
yep.
And the couple within 10 feet?
No, the second that they see the two of you heading towards them, like they start to just say their goodbyes and they start to walk away.
Oh, okay.
I'm so glad I'm not there.
I will have your wife. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, you come up to him, he turns and he smiles. How can I be of service to you? Do you require assistance? Services from the temple, perhaps?
And I look at Aelin, I'm like, would you like to speak with the kind brother, or would you be okay if I did so?
Just wanted to say hello, Brother Arthur. I hear that you are in charge here when Brother Peartill.
That doesn't sound like you're charmed by me.
You're right. Why, yes, of course, Dolo. I would love for you to take over this conversation. I was just walking up here thinking, who should take over this conversation? Dolo should take over this conversation. So glad you asked.
And I wink. I'm like, brother, greetings. I do apologize for taking up your time. They seem like a lovely couple. If you would spare a moment.
Of course.
We are in a bit of a conundrum. You see, we were under the understanding that we had spoken to Brother Petrel about how long would it be, Will, in the time here? Like an hour, 2 hours?
At most 3 hours.
Approximately 3 hours ago, we spoke with Brother Petrel just right over there. But the wonderful dwarf over there, she advises he's been gone for 2 weeks. So very confused as to what's happening here. Can you tell me what's going on?
I fear that you might have been duped, my young friend. Brother
Okay.
Acolyte Peartill has been away for almost a fortnight.
Okay. I describe to him the acolyte,
Mhm.
and I say, this person, they came to they addressed us at the front, took a letter that Brother Petro had sent to someone, and led us to Brother Petro, who in turn requested for us to find the would-be recipient of the letter.
He motions for you to follow him, and he leads you to where you see that Togoth and the dwarf are talking to an artist.
Okay.
And you see that there are a series of paintings of different time periods of the temple, and he leads you to one painting where you see the exact image of the young man who helped you.
That's him.
And then, excuse me, Acolyte Augustus looks at you and then looks down at the painting's name and date of creation. And he's like, it's just unfortunate then. I feared as much. But that was Acolyte Ivan. Unfortunately, he died about 30 years ago.
Dolo, may I ask him a question?
You can, Aylin, thank you so kindly for asking permission. You can speak to him as much as you would like to.
When you say, what is the acolyte? How do you spell his name?
Ivan? It is
Even, yes.
Yvin.
Okay, thank you.
What's the date on the painting? Is it so? It's 30 years.
Yep.
Like it's like a death date.
Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
It was it was hung almost 30 years to the day.
Okay. So, is this common practice in the Temple of Poseidon for long dead people to interact with guests?
No, that would be in direct violation of the treaties of Hades and his temples.
Well, I think my orcish friend, I think you may need to have a conversation with the Temple of Hades, because as I said, brother Petrel spoke to us and hired us to look for someone.
I will send a word to the caravan to see if some harm might have befallen Brother Pertil, as if this was a ghost, I would hate to imagine what has happened in Arcanal.
I would
Did Even die?
Yes, unfortunately.
How did he die?
It was a dock accident. A crate being removed from one of the ships lost its handling and came crashing down onto him and some other bystanders.
Okay. Go ahead, Jeff. You were going to say something,
brother. Just one other question. We are now. I am curious because I put quotations of Brother Petrel Pertil sent us to the Tide Swallow Estate. I've never been there, but obviously I'm originally not from this area. Is that somewhere you would not suggest us going, or if so, given this is the Temple of Poseidon, do you have a means of assisting in transportation, as it is quite a bit of a walk across town to get there?
He looks at the two of you. You don't look like the usual fare there. It is more, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, but it is catering more to a wealthier clientele than what you appear to carry yourselves as.
Understandable.
Oh, it's okay, Arthur. We know who we are. I want to look. I just want to make a mental note of some of these paintings that are up on the wall, and ask him if that was Brother P, especially close to Even.
They were maybe a few years apart. They had grown up together in the orphanage, so I could say that yes, they were friends with each other.
Thank you. Okay.
You were bringing me in here when you were bringing me in here. This was to show me the last paintings that were made before Petra left. I imagine by that time I would already be able to see them, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You've been there a couple minutes more than when they got there.
Mm-hmm.
The first one that was made was one of Brother Pertil himself, and it looks like
Does that recognize? Yeah, just the same or different?
No, it's the same thing. It's just it's a focus. It's not a bust. It's a little bit more than a bust. It's the upper, kind of upper half of his body, in focus in one picture, and then there's just a full kind of, a full figure body shot in another where he's helping like a child.
Okay. And so, what other paintings were made during this time? Because you said there were several paintings that were made before he left.
Yeah, there's one of the dwarf, and there's one of the half-orc that's dealing with Aelin and Dolo.
I want to walk up to the artist. He's currently working on something, right?
Yeah, he's working on a male gnome.
Male gnome?
Yep.
As I walk up, so this is all amazing what you've done here. And who is this that you're working on, if you don't mind me asking?
He kind of looks over, just shakes his head at you, and just continues to keep painting like he's under the clock or something. But the male gnome kind of looks over at you. My name is Acolyte Yatra. Do you need me for anything?
No, and I bow my head to him. No, I was just curious because I was told that several paintings were made before Petra left on this caravan. So I just wanted to know more information. My apologies.
Oh, sure, of course. And you hear the artist, stop moving! And you see the gnome just straighten up again.
Have you been here this whole time? For this whole day?
And you see him kind of nod very slowly.
Okay. By chance, have you? And then I start describing the gentleman that was with us, the acolyte, which I don't know anything yet about it. And I ask if, by any chance, did you see us talking with this person?
He very slowly shakes his head.
Oh. I feel like this is going nowhere. And I notice as doing that, I look over to see Aelin and Dolo. So I
They're with the
start.
half-orc at a painting.
They're with the half-orc, so I'm going to be walking over there. Thank you so much for your time. You're looking great, by the way. And I will turn and I walk towards them.
Yep. So you see Togoff rejoin you. You haven't gotten anywhere new as of yet with this, but you have learned some interesting things. Do you have anything else to ask Augustus?
No, just Augustus, please, if it's not a problem, we will follow up with you once you have some additional word about Pertil, when you send word to find out additional information, we're going to
I should have it within the hour.
perfect. We may return in that time. There's a few other things we need to take care of prior to that. Let me ask you one final question. Have you noticed any kind of halfling or character of the sort that seemed to be hanging around a lot with Pertil prior to him leaving, or coming in for more than usual interactions with the people with him in the temple?
Yes, you're talking about Rierto.
Yes, actually, that's exactly who I'm speaking about.
Yes.
I look at Dolan. I'm like, good question. That was a really good question. Look at you.
I didn't intend to charm you, but it says everybody, but this is amazing. And
I'm confused as to how Aelin is acting at the moment. Like, what?
And I look at Togoth. I'm like, I'm finally getting respect. I'm like, was there anything out of the ordinary with Rietro that you're aware of, or his situation, or understanding of where he may be hanging about, his whereabouts?
I never got to speak too much with him, but he was a very eloquent and well-kept fellow. I believe he was a guest of House Ildar.
Oh, interesting.
I want to Can I roll perception to see if he's lying? Or insight?
You roll. It would be insight. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to roll insight.
Sure.
No vampires.
It's gonna be vampires. These I don't want to roll again.
I'm hoping you get less than 10.
11.
Okay. He is not lying to you. Man,
Okay.
all I needed was a trifecta of vampire enthusiasts.
No thanks.
Do you know the extent of the nature of his staying with House Ildar?
No, but I did overhear something about his family ship being docked at the winter docks, I think. You could ask there.
Hi, my name is Turgoff. I wanted to ask, does Rierto go to the the Seaman Swallow estate?
The Tide Swallow, you mean?
Tide Swallow.
Tides, but you said, but I thought Seaman would go to the Swallow.
They do sometimes. Togoth. They do.
Okay.
Was I think what my friend is trying to ask is, Rietro was he of the echelon 2, as you mentioned, the Tide Swallows is a very fancy place. Would he be of the caliber of the folks that would go there?
Easily, yes. He would definitely fit in there.
Okay. Do you happen to know the name of his family ship that's docked?
I do not.
Okay.
Airtel would have been a much better source for that.
You've already provided me way more information. Is there anything else, Aelin or Togoth, that you want to know? I feel like we've got some great information from this wonderful, helpful person. And I give him 2 gold.
Whoa.
Oh.
And I tell him for Poseidon.
Oh. Is there a name that you would like attached to this tithe?
What's the do we have the name? I have to look back through my notes. What was the name of the
You don't want to use
the person who's missing?
any of your
the
contact
person
names?
who was killed? The one that was killed.
Oh, Yasuka, Lady Yasuka.
Yasuka.
Yeah,
Lady
Yasuka.
Yasuka. I'm going to put it in the name of Lady Yasuka.
He nods at you. Good form. Her death is a tragedy.
Death always is.
I see him give that money, right?
Mm-hmm.
I look to Augustus. I'm like, he's a good man. Good man, right there.
This is so weird.
It has been
and,
noted.
and I'm like, be well. And I start walking outside.
May the sea provide. May you always have a calm exit.
Awesome.
I then calmly exit.
Yeah.
Very calm.
Yeah, but like as we're walking out, I'm just like,
Alan, what happened when I was gone?
Togoth. It is just that I have only just now come to realize that we are under brilliance by standing next to Dolo.
I want to charm you every episode.
What I love is that when this spell ends, she knows that she was charmed.
right.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
No, Togoth looks at Aelin, and Togoth looks at Dolo and go,
Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Yep.
This is
And
gonna be bad.
where are you guys heading after this?
I'm recommending we go to the docks.
yeah, that's what I was gonna actually say.
I'm like, I believe we're not quite at the. We have a couple of interesting additional leads, which I feel more confident with before heading to Tideswallow. The fact that we were unaware he was a guest of House Ildar, which the clothing.
Mhm.
But additionally, his family ship is docked at the Winter Docks, which, if he's trying to make his way out, he'd probably want to take the ship. Probably a quicker way out for him, so we can see what's going on there. So, it's a group decision.
It really isn't.
Charmed.
It really
isn't. If we're going, but
How long is it? How long am I charmed for?
An hour.
An hour? Is it an hour?
Yeah.
Shit, okay. I look to Togoth and I'm like, I mean, really, can you argue with his logic right now? Like, can you really?
Oh man.
my eyes, I roll my eyes looking at Dolo. I go,
This I'm here for you, man. Yeah, well, we're gonna follow you. Yeah, sure.
So I think we should go to the docks first before we go to the House of Ildar.
I go up to Dolo and I pat him on the shoulder. I'm like, let's go, buddy. And I start walking.
All right.
I swear, I can't wait for this. I can't.
it's just as I'm walking, I'm like,
It's gonna be an interesting conversation because it will take about
right when we get there.
45 minutes to get to the docks, so she'll
And
still
we've already
be
been talking with these people for like at least.
so
10, 15 minutes.
it will be wearing off.
By the time we get to the docks.
But that is going to be a discussion for the next episode. So I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. As always, please continue to keep your distance, continue to wear your mask, continue to wash your hands after dealing with everybody. If you are of age, please get yourselves vaccinated, get yourself boosted. We're still not out of the woods yet. We're coming up on 2 years of this shenaniganery and this tomfoolery and this bullshit, really. So please get yourselves vaccinated, get yourself boosted if you can. As always on the channel, we take mental health very seriously here. It is part of our general health. So if you feel like you need to reach out and ask for help, do not be ashamed. It is okay to not be okay. And if you're watching live, there are phone numbers going up in our Twitch chat right now. If you are watching on YouTube, they'll be in the description box below. There's also a link. If you're not in the United States, you can find the resources you need in the area that you live in, because it should not be hidden behind a taboo subject wall or a stigma kind of shit shame to talk about mental health. So please know that there are resources if you need them. And if you are a friend or a family member of somebody that is normally a very strong personality or happy-go-lucky personality, please check in on them because you never know how far a simple hello or a how are you text can definitely change the trajectory of somebody's life. So as always, thank you again for being part of the audience, for enjoying our adventures in Dungeons & Dragons, in our homebrew campaign in the Eye of the Storm. You can tune in tomorrow for a special one-shot of Big Ice Small Mouth, an anime-inspired game set in feudal Japan. You can join us on Monday for our Camarilla chapter of our Vampire the Masquerade storyline. You can join us on Tuesday for our Legend of the Five Rings episode, or you can join us next Friday for our Star Wars Out in the Dark. But either way, I will see you when I see you. Please take care, have a good night, and pleasant dreams.